I don't know. Okay, so this is going to be about all this stuff they talk about manifestation and positive outlook and stuff online. There actually is something to that, but it's a lot more complex than what people make it out to be, because you're not the only person in the fucking world, you know what I mean? So this is why my life has been going to shit, and why a lot of other people's lives have been going to shit, is because we're not the only people in the fucking world, you know what I mean? These people that are off by themselves or something, just like, I'm manifesting my destiny, and like nobody around them is fucking with them constantly and cursing their life constantly and stuff like. I mean, that's the thing. That's a big part of it, man. Because I have actually had times where I've been able to kind of consciously manifest things to be better, and I'll even get into like my mom's health and stuff like that. For instance, her health started to go downhill, and like I was like meditating and clearing like negative energies out of the house, and I mean, what would happen? Like my sister and her fucking like demon possessed boyfriend or whatever would come over. They'd be all negative. They'd bring all this dark energy into the house. There'd be like goddamn basically poltergeist fucking shit going on in the house for months after they leave. And there'd be things screwing with me. Everybody would be getting sick. The animal, pets would be fucking dying. That sort of shit, right? When I'd start clearing the energy, I'd be praying, I'd be meditating, I'd be speaking, positive, things, affirmations or whatever, over my mom, over, the health of the place and so on. And I'd watch my mom's health start to improve and get better and better. And then all of a sudden, her brothers start showing up, and John, her husband and herself and everybody else start speaking all this negative shit. And like, my grandma doing the same thing. Oh, everything's terrible. We're all doomed. You're gonna die. And just on and on. Everyone, like when my mom was walking fine, there was nothing wrong with her. There were people coming around like, oh, we should get a ramp for the house. You should get ready. You might not be able to walk and pretty soon, and like, it's like, what in the, there was no reason to even think that. And like, everybody's just like, you know what I mean? And then that's what happened. That's what happened. But they had no reason to believe that was what was going to happen. It was just like literally groups of people coming together, coming into agreement, verbally cursing something bad to happen, and then it fucking happened, basically. And I've got people constantly doing this shit to me, constantly trying to curse me to wreck and die, to curse my car to break down, to curse me to lose my job, curse me to become homeless, curse me to, on and on and on and on. It just goes on and on. It's my dad. It's every asshole, like, fucking so-called friend that calls up acting like they're fucking helping. They all do the same fucking shit. I've got no one positive speaking fucking good things over my life. Just negative shit. No one's like, hey, everything's gonna work out. Don't you worry, No, dude, it's this. Every time I actually am ready to like try and make a move, try to do something different, try to, I get hit with all this shit. Curse after curse after curse after curse. It's what it is. People speak word curses over your life, Like, people's family members smoke or whatever, and all the family members get around and be like, you're gonna get cancer. You should stop. You're gonna get cancer. You're just gonna get cancer and die, And like everybody's sitting around saying these things, thinking these, you know what I mean? And they're fucking manifesting it. Not the person smoking the cigarette. And that's what fucking, that's the reality, yeah.
Oh my God. What if you wreck and what if you drive down the street and your car breaks down? What if you wreck your car? What if you get struck by a bolt of lightning? You're gonna get struck by lightning. You know, that's literally the kind of shit that I have to hear every time I answer the phone or read an email. It's just that over and over and over, blended in with a bunch of like nicety, bullshit or whatever. But there's always seeds of a curse in there. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't doubt that a lot of us whose lives are like really going to shit in a lot of ways, who've had a hard time, I wouldn't doubt that a lot of us have the same story about that. That we have parents who fucking curse us and people around us who curse us on a regular basis. People who say things, whether it's intentional or not, that are literally casting fucking word curse spells over our life, basically. We have to constantly be like resisting these curses and speaking against them, and then the second you get cleared of curses, here they come again. Hey, you're gonna fucking wreck your car. Your fucking car is gonna break down. Bad things are gonna happen to you, Just on and on. On and on and on. It just goes on and on and on, doesn't it? And those fuck parties, it's usually people that act like they're trying to be helpful or something. They act as though they're trying to be helpful, as though they care. And then they come at you and they cast a bunch of fucking spells on you. That's what they're doing. That is literally what they're doing. It's a curse. Well, I mean, honestly, I'll give you an example of something that lots of people would say to someone that actually is a curse. Break a leg. Yeah. Like, have you ever in your life, anyone who's like going through a lot of bad shit, have you ever in your life had someone say to you, I believe in you. You're going to succeed in every venture you try. Everything is going to go great for you in your life. You don't have to worry about anything. Nothing bad will ever touch you. No? Everything's going to be okay, No. You know what they say? They say, oh my God, you can't go out there, your fucking car, your car will break down. What if you run out of gas? What if you get ran off the road and your fucking tires explode? What if, what if you get hit by a truck? That's the kind of shit, that's what you hear from people, and that is curses. Those people are cursing you. When you hear that shit, really, you should hang up the fucking phone and not talk to those people.
That probably would be best to cut people like that out of my life. That's the only goddamn people I have in my life. That's the truth. Got no one positive. No one fucking, affirmative and positive in a way. I just negative, 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 negative. And they'll say a couple of nice things, act like they care to try to rope me in, so I keep talking to them. And then they just fucking hit me with curses and curses and curses. And they always want to take control of your life, too. They're like, oh, I want to help you. Come do this, do that. And it's like they don't want to help you. They want you to be their fucking subservient slave, to be their puppet, to do everything they tell you to do. And if they don't have complete and total control over you, then they want you to fucking die. And that's why they're putting curses over your life, left and right. That's the kind of shit I deal with all the time. All the time. And it has been fucking my life up. Because their shit works a lot of the time. Or gets real close to it. I keep having these curses cast over my fucking car and shit over and over. Everybody's trying to get my car to break down. Trying to get my car me to wreck my car. Or have some, whatever the fuck, right? Yeah. And I've had all kinds of engine troubles and stuff like that ever since this shit started happening. I've had to replace all kinds of parts on it. I've had a tire fucking blowout on the road. I almost got ran off the road through the front of a fucking convenience store one time by some asshole just trying to merge with traffic to go pick up a soda. And it's just, it's always like in line with these these curses, basically. People always casting their fucking spells on you. And I don't know if half the time they even know what the hell they're doing, or if that's just kind of the way they were raised to live, It's messed up, man. I mean, this is partially like a speech to myself, honestly. Because I gotta remember this stuff, and I know these things, and I recognize them when they're happening, and part of me, I wonder, like, is this done in ignorance, or these people know what the fuck they're doing? Like, do they know that that's what they're doing? Another thing, when people, like, affirm their own, they're like, I'm not going to be around much longer, or something like that. They're just kind of, like, affirming and cursing themselves with a death curse. And people curse you with death curses and stuff, too. I've been hit with death curses, curses on my car, curses on my finances. Just constantly people are doing this shit to me. They'll say shit like that straight to me, and I'm sure there's plenty more speaking it in fucking private amongst themselves around their fucking altars and their cauldrons or whatever the hell, I don't know. Or just, I mean, that's one of the biggest fucking problems I've had in my life. And it's like I really feel like if I hate to say it and to be so negative, but I feel like if these people that were speaking curses over my life were like dead or something, and there weren't more taking their place, that my life would be wonderful. My life would become amazing. Just by the fact that I don't have people cursing me constantly, things would end up working out really well. I guess I shouldn't reinforce their curses. What I should say is, their curses have no power. because my life is going to work out great. I'm going to make a bunch of money the rest of this month. I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to find a safe place to stay. And I'm going to make more money when I get there. I'm going to end up living somewhere great. I'm going to find love and peace and friendship. I'm going to build my credit score up really high. I'm going to find better housing for cheaper. And I'm going to work somewhere where it's a lot more chill, where I'm not getting stalked by this bullshit. And these people's curses are just going to reflect back on themselves. That's what I gotta say. They get us to do it to ourselves, too. They plant these seeds of doubt and these fears in our head. And then we have these things in our head, and it's probably maybe even us manifesting these things happening as they're trying to. But if they can't do it externally, then they plant the fucking curse in your fucking brain to try to get you to manifest that dark shit happening. You know? They plant seeds of doubt and fears and oh my God, I'll lose everything. My car's gonna break down. Everything's gonna explode. You know, all this shit, right? I'm just sick of it, man. Half the time, I think a lot of these people don't even know what they're doing. Many of them do, though, you know? Probably. They're wishing that these bad things happen to you. Because of this darkness inside of them is why they're saying, why they're fantasizing, and why their brain is rolling around with all these negative things that could happen to you, because that's what they want for you. If they can't make that and for you, then they have to share that darkness and that fear or that dark desire for bad things to happen with you, plant that seed of doubt or that seed of fear in your head to try to help bring their curse to fruition in your life. You know? So fucking sick of that bullshit, dude. You gotta remain vigilant, you know? That's one of the reasons I shouldn't drink. It's one of the things that's been driving me to drink is just, you know, I get stressed out by the external shit, by all the external shit that tries to feed into, you know, worry and fear and doubt. And just, honestly, if it doesn't do that, it just annoys the crap out of me and pisses me off to the point where I feel like I want to. That's what ends up happening sometimes is I get just the being stalked around and fucked with and pestered and stuff just gets to where it pisses me off. And you know, we live in a world where I'm not allowed to go smash people's heads and break shit and you know? I mean, honestly, there's a part of me that, like, if somebody tries to run me off of the road or something because they're being an asshole and they want to fuck with me, there's a part of me that wants to just whip my car around and chase them and run them off the road and then drag them out of their car and beat the ever-living shit out of them, you know, or smash their head with a fucking rock or something and, you know, drag their unconscious ass into the middle of traffic and drive away over the top of their fucking head, right? It's just like, that's the dark part of me that, like, I don't do that kind of, you know what I mean? Like, you can't do that kind of shit anyways, right? But, I mean, it's like, yeah, when people are, like, fucking with me and just messing with me, like, and, like, when, you know, some of the fucking stalkers and shit, they'll do stuff like walking behind my car, standing in front of my car and glaring at me and stuff like that. You know? These gang stalker fucks. And I'll be honest, man, there's a little dark part inside of me that wants to just step on the fucking gas and floor it. You know? Because fuck them. But, you know, that would just screw me. They're going to. You're like, one less asshole fucking with me now. You know? Just like... one down, 999 to go, at least, you know? Fuck. Shit. I don't know, dude. Something, maybe not that many, I don't know. I just want to get my life on some kind of positive track. I'm not trying to fuck with anybody else. Got people fucking with me, though. Feel like it's their right to interfere with my fucking life in a negative way. You know? People that are jealous because I have a nice looking car or something. Even if they have a car too, they covet my car. Maybe their car is, you know, 20 years newer than my car and more expensive than my car and faster than my car, but they'll still be looking at my car like, that's a nice looking car. And they're jealous. They're jealous of my car, even though their car is fucking better than my car, you know what I mean? Like, I shit you not, dude. That's the kind of people we deal with, and these fuckers will curse you. If you let them, if you don't, you gotta fucking be constantly at war with these motherfuckers, basically. But it's like a spiritual war, you know? We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers and whatever, right? I guess. But damn, that's annoying because these motherfuckers are out there physically fucking with you, you know? Like to smash the principalities and powers in their fucking face, you know? Because they're in fucking human form, you know? That's one of the reasons I drink. Because it afterwards it kind of drains some energy from me, and it sort of decreases my testosterone, lets me calm down a bit, you know? Because when I get all riled up, another thing they like to do, you know, and I sometimes I start to lose focus on what I'm doing too, because the fuckers they'll distract you in 1,000 different fucking ways, pull your attention in 1,000 different directions, and you'll be trying to deal with, like, you know, 100 different word curses from, a couple, 2, 3 different, or 10 different people or something. And you're trying to, like, counteract all that shit while there's people, like, chasing you around in traffic. You're trying to, get around a turn without getting rear-ended by some asshole, while some other asshole is short-stopping in front of you. You gotta watch out for them. Then you got somebody darting out from fucking behind your view on a goddamn bicycle trying to pull out in front of your car. You gotta fucking watch out your sides, your front, your back, everywhere. And then there's fucking just endless fucking amounts of people just fucking screwing with you and screwing with you and screwing with you. And I'll be honest, like sometimes I'll be out there, like sometimes I'll quit dashing, early in the day, because I start to get to the point where I'm just sitting there in my car and I'm so frustrated and I'm so sick of these motherfuckers that I just want to step on the gas and go fucking run them down or something, you know what I mean? I'm just like, well, guess it's time for me to go sit down and have a drink. Mm-hmm. Oh, God. And part of this shit, the way they're able to get away with it is because they have this whole system is set up to, like, protect their stupidity and their ability to harass us, basically. I mean, in a real world where these rules didn't exist, right? Where all these little regulations and rules and so on and so forth, if somebody slams on their brakes intentionally to try to get you to rear end them, then you fucking rear end them. And then you either drive the fuck away, or you get in a fucking shouting match with them and a fist fight or a shooting match with them, because if they fucking try and step out and talk shit, you know what I mean? Like in a real world, if somebody, is being an asshole and trying to fuck with you by getting out and blocking your car, you can just run their fucking ass over and there's not a fucking thing they can do about it except die, That's, yeah. But, I'm sorry, that little psychotic sounding, but, well, I'm just saying, like, people just try to fuck you over in every goddamn way that they can, basically. When you're being, like, targeted, it's just all these fucking people trying to fuck with you, ruin your peace, and just trying to intimidate you, trying to stress you out, piss you off, etc., etc., etc. I had gotten good more, at calming down and stuff like that. See, I hear other people dealing with this stuff that are not so good at calming down, that are just rage monsters, and then, like, I get that, because that could be me, right? If I just basically, if I don't ever drink and I get some exercise and I don't fucking jerk off, and I don't get that, various ways of, dopamine hits or something, and I got to keep dealing with this shit, then yeah, you're going to find me not being such a happy camper. You're going to find me being very fucking pissed off and very, you tried, going out and doing some normal ass shit when you're so pissed off. Like, I mean, how do you do that? How do you manage to be so filled with rage and function in this modern world, When you got all these people, like, fucking with you, right? I mean, I don't want to end up locked in a motherfucking cage, end up losing what little I fucking do have, you know? I'll be honest, I don't have a lot. I don't. Not really. I mean, I'm living on the edge, you know? You know, and there's all these people that actually have more than me, many of them, that are jealous of me, that look at me like I'm some kind of rich guy that's got everything or something. When these motherfuckers have got, like, more money than me, more resources than me, they've got a bunch of people in their corner, you know? They got newer fucking cars than me, you know? Got a house and shit, you know? Got 100 different places they can stay if they want to. And they look at me like I'm, you know, like, oh, they're jealous of me, so they're gonna try to fucking fuck me over, because they're jealous of me, of what I have, of what little I have, when I'm, like, fucking this far, you know, like an inch or less away, basically, from being out on the goddamn street, basically. But that wouldn't even be good enough for him. Bunch of soulless fuckers are empty inside, you know? They gotta take out their fucking frustration on others. They find ways to be jealous and envious of those who, in many instances, actually have less than them. And hell, I find myself in some ways being envious of some people have. Well, no, I mean, there's varying degrees, you know, like, I mean, if you're living on the street, but you're living there with your wife and, you know, 3 or 4 dogs or something, and you've got like a family, you've got love in your life and so on, then you're richer than I am, you know. You got an apartment, a nice car. But I mean, that's what I've dealt with, like, my whole life, is like I've had, yeah, ever since I was like 16 or something, it's been this way. Any little bit that I had, people were jealous of it. And it's usually people that actually had more than I did in many instances, you know. I'd have a dude with a fucking, you know. No, seriously, dude. I'll give you an example. There's a dude, Mike, for instance. This guy lived in a house, like a big house, like it was like a 3-story house on, like, I don't know, 10, 20 acres of land. And I mean, it was cluttered with all kinds of crap, but man, this guy had like 10 or 100 of everything. He had a bunch of riding lawn mowers, push mowers, weed eaters, everything you could possibly imagine. This guy had cluttered all over the place, but he coveted every goddamn thing that I had. Every time he'd show up, he wanted, hey, you got a cigarette? Hey, can I borrow some money? Right? From a guy who, at the time, I didn't even have a fucking job. Any money I had, I was like turning in cans or doing chores, or, mowing lawns or something to try, right? Now I go out, fucking put a bunch of hours into work, and there's people showing up wanting my food, wanting my, wanting a cigarette, this, that, and the other thing, right? People that ain't willing to do shit at all. I mean, and it's like I've been alone. Nobody ever offered me, like, true friendship. Not really, I don't see. Honestly, I'm starting to think that there is no such thing as true friendship in this world. That was just a dream that I had, an illusion that exists only within my head and within my heart. Love, friendship, that was just something, that's something that doesn't exist in them, I don't know, I should try to go chase the almighty dollar. I better make a hell of a lot more of it, especially if I want to get out of here. And I don't know, man. Things could go bad. I mean, if the darkness in this world has its way, right? All these fucking demon-possessed motherfuckers walking around casting fucking spells on us. They have their way, maybe shit could go bad. You just gotta try, I guess. Although I get discouraged, I get to the point where I feel like, what's the fucking point? I do. These fuckers wear me down and get me to the point where I feel like I'd like to just go, I just want to go out in the woods and just fucking try to live, or just go, like, sit there in in my camp chair and until I fucking starve to death or something and not bother to get up and try anymore. Like, I'm just so sick of this bullshit though, man. Everything here seems so fucking hollow, Because really, what is this shit? What is any of it worth without love? Without true friendship? Well, I'll tell you the way I see it now is if I could have a big home, some land, some space, to get the hell away from this darkness. What that would mean to me is, I'd get the hell away from these bastards. I'd have some space between me and them. I could shut out their fucking goddamn curses and their bullshit. Slam the gate in their fucking face. I'll just try to live a peaceful life. I'm tired of trying to save the world. This world can go fuck itself. And we have these demons, I don't want them.